Hey, this is Getting Well with Hillary, and a funny thing happened today. I was on a phone call, and they wanted to know why, something about why we were happy today. And I was like, I was listening to everybody share about all sorts of happy stuff, and I was like, couldn't think of anything. I just couldn't. And all I was thinking was like, don't tell me to be happy. I don't have to be happy. Why should I have to be happy, right? And I'm listening and I'm getting madder and madder. Not madder and madder, but I wasn't going to share because I had nothing to say. All I could think about was my back hurt, my mother's coming home, you know. So anyway, what happened was one of the guys said, I just feel grouchy today. And I was like, yes. And he's like, I just feel like a grouch. I woke up as a grouch and I'm just not feeling happy. And so he got to say like how he really felt, which was grouchy. And I was like, yes, thank you. That's what I'm thinking. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I didn't want to say that I wasn't happy because I didn't want to admit it. But once he admitted it, and then there was a couple of other grouchies, there was a couple, well, I don't want to be mean, but I call them Pollyannas. The Pollyannas are the ones that are always happy, blah, 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 always positive, blah, blah, blah. Well, good for you. Don't tell me to be happy, right? That's my thing. So, as the call continued, I finally started sharing, and I was like, I'm in the grouchy camp, and I don't want anyone telling me I have to be happy. So I said, but once I could allow myself to be, it wasn't even that I was grouchy. I just wasn't going to talk about happiness. So once I got to allow myself the freedom of not being happy, all of a sudden, I was outside at my mom. She has these beautiful blue hydrangeas, and I was like, wow, look how beautiful they are. And I was actually loading my car as I was talking on the phone. I'm listening to this call with garbage. Now, in this town, you don't pay for garbage. You bring your garbage to the dump. And the last few days when my mother was away, I was like, I'm not taking that crap. It's not my job. I don't do garbage dumps, right? But my sister's coming today to bring my mother home, and I was like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if I did it? But I was like, I don't want to put garbage in my car. I don't want it smelling, blah, blah, blah. So what I did was I finally said, you know what? Maybe this isn't such a big effing deal. So I had a comforter, an old comforter that I was going to donate anyway. I put it down, put the bags in. And when I was finally sharing on the call, I was like, wow, that wasn't so hard. And I did go to the dump. I took the stuff. I asked somebody, where do you put the garbage? Where do you put the, well, I didn't, I probably didn't do it the right way, but I did bring it. So I did it. I did it. Yay. So I actually felt, I'm not going to say the H word, but I felt good because I took the garbage. But in the meantime, going back, once I finally allowed myself to be grouchy, I could see happy things. I could see the beautiful flowers. I could see, wow, look, I'm loading the stuff for the dump. I'm going to do it. It's not going to be here when my mother comes home. Isn't that great? So I was doing stuff that I didn't want to do, and I felt good about that. And I allowed myself to not be happy, which is pretty cool because, like I said, I didn't want to admit that I was not one of the happy ones. It's like a secret shame. I'm not naturally happy. I have to vent first. Now, that reminds me of a story because I always say, God gave me negativity, and that's what I use on these videos to share so that if there's any other negative people by nature, they will feel better about themselves, right? Because I'm being real about it. Now, one time I was at the physical therapist, this was probably 5 years ago, and I was saying, well, how do you like your job? And she was like, oh, it's hard. I said, why? She goes, well, because people come, they're in pain and they're negative. And she said, their negativity gets on me. And then I'm a positive person, but after I deal with the negative, I start being negative. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I was at the physical therapist later that day, and I heard this woman complaining. Well, she was venting, and I was like, I like her. She's just like me. She's venting, and I was telling somebody, a positive person. So I think we have negatives and positives. I was telling a positive person like how happy I was to hear the woman venting, and she was like, "Well, you negative people, we positive ones start out in a good mood, and after we listen to you, we get negative." And I was like, I think that's pretty funny. Well, good. Then you're not always positive. Blah. So, I don't know what the point is, but I think there's people who pride themselves on being positive, and then there's people like me. Nope, nope, nope. But what I'm learning to do is to play with it, is to joke about it, is to make fun of it, so that I'm not just it. Okay? Now, I have been reading this book which I showed you yesterday, The Success Principles, which I used to read 5 or 6 years ago. And I'm telling you, I am vibrating with positivity, even though I'm negative. I'm allowing that. But it's really, really, really good. And the things that I didn't see, I mean, I probably read it 3 or 5 times, 5 years ago. The things that I'm getting out of it, I didn't see the last time. And also, this is something that Liz Gilbert, who was being interviewed on Tim Ferriss, was talking about the Artist's Way, which I also did back in the 90s. And I pulled that out again, and it's a spiritual path to higher creativity. So between these two books, I'm having a ball reading them, which is very interesting because I bought all these sales books. Sorry, I have an itch. Got to scratch my back here. Um, Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, so anyway, it's like right in the part of the back that I can't, that I can't reach. I think I need a longer pole. But anyway, okay. So Liz Gilbert was saying she was doing that again, so I'm doing it. Oh, so the point is, I bought all these sales books at the beginning of the quarantine, and I just don't want to read them. But these books that are about creativity and positivity and people and how we live our best life, I love them. So today I was realizing, wow, I'm following the flow. The flow is these two books, not the sales books, which I find very interesting since I'm in sales. But that's just what I'm noticing. I'm allowing it. I'm allowing my negativity and venting, and it's really fun when you just don't make it wrong. You just go, you know what? Grouch today, woke up in pain. Hey, hey, and that's pretty cool. So, thank you for listening. We are still running our contest. You can go to gettingrealwithhillary.com if you want to win a free half hour with the Planning Genie. I call it Planning Magic. And otherwise, my blog is back because the emails are better. Thanks to Lynn, who told me she likes those better. And that's called creatinglifeouthere.com. So, hope you had fun. It's a great day. My mom's coming home. Yay! And I'm good. More tomorrow. We'll see how tonight goes. Okay. Signing off from Getting Real with Hillary. Bye.